The Utah Jazz have never played in the NBA Finals. In 12 years together, John Stockton and Karl Malone have won over 600 games, but never the big one. That changed on Thursday night when Stockton and Malone combined to write a storybook finish, bringing the elusive dream of an NBA Finals to reality. Now these two teams embark on a journey toward a goal that only one of them will reach. The NBA Finals begin tonight.
Well, I spoke to Karl Malone, and he told his team that being here is not enough. They expect and want to very badly win the championship. He told his teammates, hey guys, we cannot be in awe of the Bulls. We cannot stand around and watch the Michael Jordan show. If we do, we're going to get blown out. He went on to tell me that they must match the intensity and not get rattled here in the United Center. He also said that we're a lot like the Green Bay Packers, old-fashioned from a small town. We're just going to come out and earn this thing. And finally, he said, hey, everybody's talking about the Chicago Bulls, but they've got to pay attention to us. We've got some great players, and I like our chances.
And the other forward, 6'9", from Louisiana Tech, Karl Malone.
And I think Utah can live with him taking the jump shots, at least to start.
Beautiful pass.
Yes, Karl Malone with the nice lead for John Stockton.
That's exactly the type of ball that Utah has to play, forcing the Bulls back underneath the basket.
I want to make it 5 out of 5. That's where my motivation comes. It's not individualistic to where I'm trying to prove something about the MVP. And I love to win, even if I'm not MVP.
Karl Malone, very aggressive offensively. Michael Jordan, the gracious competitor.
Utah's missed its last 9 shots, 4 of 18 from the field. Rodman now defending against Malone. Malone, yes, only his second field goal.
Probably one of the reasons why Phil Jackson wanted to keep Rodman off.
Marv, Utah is controlling their defensive board, something Seattle could not do last year. Gave them absolutely no chance to win the championship. That's going to be key. Who wins the battle of the board?
Along with Ahmad Rashad and Jim Gray. 1 point, Utah lead. Now Brian Williams on the floor for the first time. A beautiful pass again. Malone finding Foster. Shot clock running down. Here's Anderson for 3. And Carr able to get to it. Nice pass from Anderson. Anderson with the setup. Shot clock at 7. Down to 3. Malone, yes. Karl Malone has 10 points. It's the Jazz 34 and the Bulls 32. The chant of defense. Malone comes out to set the screen. The lead for Malone off the pick and roll.
Well, Utah expects Chicago to send.
And the Jazz 56, 18 for Scottie Pippen. Here's Malone. Karl Malone right back. But he has not shot well. He's 7 of 17. He has 14 points.
That could be his hand, it could be the strategy, could be fewer minutes, could also be the collapsing defense as he punishes them early.
Well, this is not a typical Karl Malone game. True, he has resorted to more perimeter jump shooting, which will keep him off the foul line, but he's got to barrel into the basket and then get to the free throw line a lot more.
We saw that bench scoring number heavily in favor 2-1 of Utah. That's been the way for the Jazz all playoffs as Karl Malone drills that jumper.
And Longley got a piece of it. We're just under 6 minutes remaining in the 4th.
Marv, this is MVP time. This is when you pound it inside to Karl Malone and let him go to work.
And here's Malone.
Or settle for a jump shot.
Hakeem Olajuwon, Shaquille O'Neal beat you, shut down the rest of the guys. Now Karl Malone's delivery time.
1 of 2 at the line for Malone. Another glaring statistic from a negative. And the Bulls lead by 1.
The double team coming too slow and not tough enough.
28 points for Jordan. We are down to 1:40 to go in the 4th. Chant of defense. Malone with the opening. Malone with the drive.
And I guess what set all that up was the fact that he has been.
Chicago 81, Utah 70. best of 7 NBA Final Series. Stockton for 3. Yes! The Jazz by 1, 82-81. He's 3 of 4 at the line. 23 points, 15 rebounds, 9 and 2/10 seconds to go. Remember Malone hit just 6 of 12 at the line. Game 7 at Seattle last year in the Western Finals. I also mentioned he had that 18 for 18 this year in the playoffs. See the numbers right there. Both teams have plenty of timeouts remaining. Scores tied. 9 seconds left. Oh, he missed the ball. Rebounded by Jordan, and the Bulls take a timeout. We're down to 5. Jordan putting moves on Russell. We're down to 2. Now to 1. Here's Jordan. Yes! It is all over. The Chicago Bulls have won at the buzzer in Game 1 of the best of 7 on the jump shot by Michael Jordan.
Game 1 ended in a nightmare for Utah's Karl Malone. A couple of missed free throws with just over 9 seconds left, and the score tied. But despite a nasty blister on the palm of his shooting hand, Malone was making no excuses. Peter Vesey spoke with the league's MVP.
Scores tied. 9 seconds left. Oh, missed the ball.
Everybody in this business like to tell you they have an excuse beforehand. So if they don't play up to par or they don't make the free throws, then they say, well, God, it was because his hand or something like that. I'm just from the old school that when you suit up, you're ready to play. You know, no excuses, nothing like that. And like I said, you know, I'm the one who missed the free throws and nobody else shot them but me, but I never use anything as an excuse. And I'm not going to use my hand. My whole thing is, you know, it should never have gotten to that point because, you know, we didn't finish the game like we wanted to. But I've also realized that in life, everybody want to blame it on somebody else. And in this business, it's easy to do that. And I just don't believe in that.
We always hear about everything that motivates Michael Jordan. But aside from winning a title, what motivates Karl Malone?
I'm afraid to fail. Even though I learned from my failures, I'm afraid to fail. Because to me, all the people that said I wouldn't amount to anything, now all of a sudden, I'm sure some of them pulling for the Chicago Bulls, but that little, what they call snotty-nosed kid from Louisiana is playing in the NBA Finals right now, and to me, it's refreshing, and that's what drives me.
Keep an eye on Karl Malone backing up as he shot, and you should never do that. You got to hang in there on the free throw and follow through.
Those 2 free throws was big, and everybody want to talk about them. But to me, you know, I cherish the time to do it again. You know, a lot of people might not. I cherish the time to do it again.
That final possession, Game 2, you want to be on that free throw line,
yes.
Or would you rather have the ball like Jordan did?
You know what? It don't really matter. You know, any time at a ball game that we need it, I want it. If we was in Game 7, we got the ball, clock running down, I want to take the shot to win the game or lose the game. And that's something I carry with me to my grave because I want that opportunity.
It's not going to affect you at all?
Where I tell you I'm from?
Louisiana.
Let me tell you something. The only thing that affected me from that game to when I'm sitting here with you right now is the time. And all the time we've had in between that. Because I want to play. And I want to be out there. And I tell you what, I want to be in that same position again.
Points on the board, 82 will not get it done from Game 1.
And what a difference between Games 1 and 2 in terms of going to the foul line of that opening game of the series on Sunday. The 2 teams combined for 17 for 26 at the line. The 17 made free throws, and the 26 free throw attempts were new finals records. Fewest made, both teams combined. Over to help on Malone. Karl Malone with a turnaround in the face of Brian Williams. And with the ball, Caffey's pass did not connect. Russell has a 3-on-2. Nice finish. Karl Malone. And he's shaken up. He and Pippen came together.
2 for 12, but their rebound dominance has kept them in the lead, albeit very slightly. And this time as Karl Malone gets great deep position.
And it brings Utah within 2. Chicago has led from the start. Pass from Malone, finding Foster, but he was blocked. Foster retrieves. Malone. Oh, Karl Malone with the stuff.
I think by far the poorest game that the Jazz have played.
Karl Malone now has 17.
They never got into it. When Chicago did struggle, the Jazz couldn't capitalize, and the shooting woes continue.
This has to be awfully disappointing. Malone with the tip, because he talked to the coaches after the first game.